All right, good day, everybody. It is Monday, Flames of the Phoenix Tarot. I'm Drew. I've got quite a few cards here. We're gonna do pick a card today. So pick a deck. I'm not picking a card, you're picking a deck. So there's a few options here to select from. The first one says, what's blocking you? Just got this in the mail. So if this is something of interesting to you, then I'm gonna be doing a reading on this one. There's also Oracles of the Unicorn. Got this one on the weekend too. It sounds like a continuing thing today. This one I've used a lot already and it's been pretty spot on with people. And then we are Flames of the Phoenix. And look at this, Flame Phoenix Oracle cards. Guess what? Came in the mail too. I don't know why, but just everything seems to be coming in the mail. Yes, I know the Canada Strike is coming, but that's happening. So we'll see. I have my Xmas elf here for those of you that are in the holiday season, holiday mood. And then finally, Tarot Wonderland. Guess what? Came in the mail on the weekend. I've been using this one too. And then finally, what I'm going to be using to amplify all readings this morning is the A.E. Wyatt tarot card, but it's hologram version. So much fun. Anyways, let's give it a whirl today and we'll be seeing what's going on. All decks have been done. I've been shuffling them 6 times each before the video started. And then it is for entertainment purposes only, and it is a general reading. So which card deck you pick, that's pretty much what I would suggest is going on with you today. So let's get started. So let's do a general 5-card spread to see what's going on. So let's see what's happening for today. A lot of stuff. You know what? This Mercury in retrograde business is like messing people up. Look, what is going on today, world? So we got 1, 2, I'll put them down here and then I'll slide them back up. 2. Woo, okay. We got some serious conversations going on here. I saw the first few cards come up and I was like, oh smack, what is going on here for you? We'll do it like that because that's kind of how they came up. So the first card says here that you're unlovable. That is so untrue. You know what? I had a conversation with my amazing cousin. She's actually just sitting off to the side here. She's actually quiet, which very rarely happens. So it's almost like she's laughing, but she's laughing internally. It doesn't normally happen, but it's always fun to watch. But you know, one of the things is that we try to keep an idea of who we are, and it's sometimes what society thinks of us, and maybe you're thinking that you are unlovable and you're actually quite lovable. So well, I haven't met you, but you know what, I'm just gonna go with a shot in the dark. Probably you are lovable. So maybe that's what the problem is that you're kind of seeking, and the next one says here, seeking perfection. And I feel like perfection is very subjective, super subjective, if I may, because you know, when we look at people, we kind of think of what we're wanting, but not what we're needing. And sometimes that want versus need is a big pull. And then the fear of loss, you know, vulnerability is very difficult for a lot of us. So having that as like a concern, and this is like, first off, how I read cards, I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but I'm noticing here, everything is face up. So this is how you're seeing yourself. And there's some cards off to the side here that I don't have really in the screen, but I'll show you in a second. But these are things you're seeing in yourself, but there are things that you're unaware of. So let's talk about those, because this might make you, this might make sense. Maybe you're hard to get. Maybe people just don't understand who you are. I had a friend of mine who was like, you know what, you totally get me because you take the time to understand me, not, you know, presume that you know me. So right there, that could be it. And then you're too much. You know why you're too much? It's because it's not the right person. That's what this is. You are trying to go for people that are, you know, not your person. And this here is telling me right now that you're allowing other people to decide who you are as a person and not what you are meant to be. Here's the other ones here. Too much work. Are you working too much? Are you avoiding relationships? Wow, I feel that sign up now. But no, yeah, I forgot to say, if you are not liking, subscribing these, why aren't you? What's going on with that? But this is saying too much work. So at first I'm thinking like work, but are you spending a lot of time on yourself that you're starting to lose sight on who you are as an individual? That's how I'm seeing that one. Too passive. Well, you know, if you're breaking up with people or you're not connecting with people the way you want them to, I would say maybe it's time for you to realize what is it that you want. So instead of being passive, be assertive. You know, I was chatting with a person not too long ago and I was like, why haven't you made a move? And I was being passive. And then when I actually was assertive, I realized this person wasn't meant for me because they weren't, you know, matching my vibes either. So time to move on. And look at that last card, Judgment card. So again, I'm thinking that you're judging yourself and then maybe other people are judging you. That's okay. That means they're not your person. That would be how I read that automatically. Let's do a quick little amplify to see if there's anything to amplify here for the single and relationship oracle deck. You know, it sucks when you think that you are in a right relationship and then things are going wrong for you. Look at that. But you know what? Sometimes it's let it go. Let it go. Oh, wow. Okay, so here we go. We got some amplifying here going. So the first card that came up was the Nine of Wands. So it almost feels like you're in your own prison. But the thing I always remind myself is in this card, look at, and again, I'm reading the cards intuitively and not how they're meant to be sometimes. And look at how it's holographic right now. It's kind of cool. But it's like you can pull out one of one of the bars and remove yourself from the situation. And I think that's what we're not doing here, is that maybe you need to actually allow yourself the permission to remove yourself from the situation altogether. Look at that, some major oracles here. So the star, getting what you need, what you like. So wish upon that star. It is the holiday season. You know, if you believe in Santa or if you believe in the spirit of Santa, make a wish. See, have you been on the good list or the naughty list? Sometimes the naughty list, I feel like it's the best things though too. So just think of that for what it is. Look at that, the Sun card. So getting what you need, you know, that warmth, that glow, that relationship. That's how I'm totally seeing this one here for today. And then finally, Wheel of Fortune, happily ever after. Everything you want, everything you need. You just have to make that wish for it. You just had three major oracles, major arcana cards, my apologies. And I feel like there's a bit of a change here. So if you're listening to this, and this is the card deck that you decided to work with, my ultimate feedback is that yes, you're seeing that you are looking for perfection. There's a fear of loss and being unlovable. I would turn around and say, you know what? They're not your person. So it's time for you to move on from this person, because again, if you think that you are too much and you are hard to get, it's because it's not the right person for you. I would say it's time to move on. And then this whole too much work, is this work on yourself or work in general? So are you avoiding the reality, or are you spending too much time? Be assertive. And then judging. Everybody judges. I don't understand why people turn around and they're like, I'm not judging you right now. And I'm like, yes, you are. Everybody is judging. That is what we do naturally. It's a natural inclination. So that's for the first deck there, for those of you that chose that deck. Let me just quickly reset my cards here. 1, 2. Next up is the Oracle of the Unicorn. 4, 5, 6. All right, so for those of you who are choosing the Oracle of the Unicorn, again, it's a general reading here. Let's see what's going on here. So can I get 5 cards, please, there for me? If you like what you're hearing, subscribe, please and thank you. It's the best gift. Oh, look at that. We've already got some flipperoos here. Can I get 4 more cards, please? There's another one. 1, 2, 2. Come on. Why are we not hearing a story today? Let's see. Come on. Okay. Let's get 3 more cards. Are we thinking here? Maybe it's too much thinking. Just let the universe tell us for a change. Whoa, there we go. 3, 2 more cards. 1 more card. Interesting. So again, just as a reminder for me, when I look at the cards that are facing down are things that maybe are unaware for yourself. The ones that are face up are the ones that you're typically aware of. And then if they are horizontally, that tells me that there's a decision that needs to be made. Oh, look at that. Okay. So we got a couple of decision cards, how they're landing, and then this one here. So let me go through this with you here. So the first card was face down. It says prosperity. So that's always a nice card to start off a reading. So maybe you feel like your cup is full. You're like, what's next? I'm kind of figuring out what's going on here. I like how some of the pictures of the unicorns have wings, don't have wings. well, they do have horns, but the horns are different in shapes and sizes too, just like us. And this one here, it's like, I have fought my good fight. I am ready for the next round. So I feel like there's I feel like success. I love that there's 2 little rainbows in the bottom corner there. So that just, I think that's a symbol of hope to me. Growth. So you have grown, you have shown people. I love how there's like an inner you in this one. And again, I read these cards intuitively. I'm not necessarily reading what's been said down here. You can always pause and read it yourself. But I like how there's like the inner you is happy with who you are as a person. And that's how I'm seeing this. It's like as a child, you had an ambition or some sort of opportunity that you've always wanted. You know, like when we're children and we're like, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a pilot. Well, this is you actually achieving what you wanted to do in life. And not that I'm thinking solely on work, but that's how I'm seeing this, is that there's definitely been some success for yourself. Ooh, strength. I like this. So how I've read this card so far is that sometimes we have to go to our dark side to get the light coming through as well. So maybe you had to go through a time of turbulence, and this turbulence has actually made you who you are. And sometimes, you know, the dark in ourselves helps us to see the light as well. Totally getting that vibe that you had to overcome a major obstacle recently. What's this one here? Partnership. I'm getting like somebody cheated on you, not necessarily like intimately, but like a friendship, like somebody, you know, prosperity and growth could very well be relationships as well, and friendships. It may not just be work related, but I feel like even in this, and you know what, that just came to mind. I feel like you just did a major project with somebody and it came out the way you wanted it to. And it's now, that is one of your people. Like this is somebody that you can rely on and trust 100%. But I also get this like little bit of, why? Like, why did this partnership happen in the first place? Like, I feel like it didn't happen. It was like a happenstance. What is this decision card? Awareness. Ooh, what do you not know? I feel like there's something hidden in the shadows here. I feel like you are being your authentic self, but whatever just happened, there's still some unknown to it. Like, I'm getting this, like, I want to say calm before the storm. I don't know why. But I feel like there's another something happening. Adventure is your next card, and it was face up. So you already know. See, this is why I love general readings, because it's not about me, it's about you. And you probably already know what is going on, and you're like, yep, it's actually happening soon. And you know, I like how typically companies, unless you're retail, then I bless you. But I feel like you're winding down and you're ready for like what's to come here. I feel like there's a lot of strength in yourself. There's a lot of determination, but there's also curiosity. You're like, I think this is not where I want to end myself, but where I want to see myself in the future. It's also interesting that the awareness card, I just want to acknowledge that. I put it face down, and that's not normal for me. So when I was putting the card back down, it went face down. So you're not aware of what's going on here. Like this, like purposely, I'll put it face up now, but you may have seen it that I actually had it face down, which is not characteristic of me at all. The last one is delight. Ooh, that's always a good way to end a reading, right? So happiness, encouragement, growth. If you are treating this like a work or career oriented, I definitely see salary growth for yourself. You're gonna have to ask for it though. I'm totally getting like you need to ask the world rather than it's gonna come to you naturally. I also feel like it's a very muscular, like this unicorn I find is very strong. So I think there's a bit of dedication that you need to do to yourself in order to get that, whatever it is that you're looking for. Let's see if there's anything I can do to amplify this. Oh, apparently there is. Anything else I can do to amplify this? I'll do 3 times. That card wants to come out. 2, and then last one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So what came up here? So 4 of Wands, prosperity, happiness, excitement. 7 of Pentacles, stability. You are now reaping what you sow. And I feel like that's kind of nice too. So I definitely, I think this is very career oriented for those of you that are listening in it as a career style. For those of you that are looking in relationships, this would be grounded. So this is like a relationship that's actually meeting what it needs to do. You're learning from each other and you're also gaining what you need from it. These cards came face up. So Ace of Swords, new knowledge, new experience, new you. Two of Cups, relationship. So again, this partnership that I talked about earlier, I think this is a new person. So this is, as you're seeing it as a relationship, this is a new person that's definitely working what you need and how happy you could be in that. Eight of Pentacles, everything requires work. So you can't just kick back and relax. But this is me hearing that if this is relationship, I also get like coworker. So relationships don't necessarily have to be romantic, but this could be a coworker that you're still getting to know each other. The end all be all is the Three of Cups. So this is now understanding that everybody is coming to you for a reason and they're filling your cup, but making sure it's filling your cup for things you want, not, sometimes we need some serious information sharing. But this one to me, for some reason, that pumpkin, like the pumpkin is really highlighting on this for me here. I feel like with that pumpkin, I always think of pumpkin as in like mystery and curiosity because of Halloween. So I think in this, it's like, are they being their authentic self? That's how I take that one. Are they being authentic? Are they being genuine? And I think time is going to be the answer, the indicator for that. So whether it be for work or relationship, that's how I'm seeing this kind of round. I think it's positive. I think you've learned a lot. There's definitely some growth and development that's happened. It is weird that the awareness card originally was flipped down when I read it. So just be cautious of your awareness and understanding your surroundings. Taking breaks and walking away might also help you as well. That's how I would read these cards here. If you like, please like, subscribe, comment. I've had some few comments and I love when I get private comments. It's like, this totally resonated with me. It's like, that's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that because again, I'm doing general reading, so it's not meant for everybody. So that could be why it's not showing or resonating for everybody. I'm just gonna reset these cards so that we can do the Flame Oracle card. It is Flames of the Tarot, right? So might as well do the Flames of the Flame Phoenix Oracle cards. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, those are reset. So let's do the flames here. So let's see what we got for a general reading. Entertainment purposes only. I need 5 cards, please. These cards are slick. There we go. That card wants to go up. Oh, wow. That's all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a card we don't know. Okay. All right, so let's look at this general reading. Courage. I feel like you're going through a challenging time right now. That is how I'm automatically seeing this. There is something happening in the recesses. There's a lot of darkness in this card. So I feel like you are going through a time of change and you're scared. Like I'm getting like full on scared vibes. Like you are scared, you do not know what's going on. And you're like, yes, I totally don't know what's going on. So can you please tell me what's going on? Yes, I can do what I can here. The Inferno of Ideas. Analysis paralysis. That's what I'm hearing now too. You have been spending a lot of time working in this darkness. And look at this. You are spending too much time overthinking it. One of the things, so I used to do social work, and one of the things I would remind people is that it is okay to dwell or obsess, but time it. So allow yourself, clock and then just start stewing. Like you have, like this helps us to go through and tell our story and understand what's going on. There's nothing wrong with, I shouldn't like healthy and spending time. And then when that time is done, let it go, let it go. There's a whole song about letting go. And I feel like one of the other things is journaling. So I'm a huge proponent of journaling. I have a journal and I write in it probably 1 or 3 times a week, depending on what's going on. And then that way it's not being kept with me, it's actually going out and it's no longer stressing me or helping me worry about it. So it also says here, again, I read cards intuitively, but that's how I'm hearing this, is that your analysis paralysis is like working off of here. The next card here is Celestial Flames. And I feel like the darkness is coming inside of you. Like, look at how dark the Phoenix is, but then look at the light that's around it. That's how I'm seeing this right away, is that you could very well remove the stress, the frustration, whatever it is, by just letting go. And I feel like with this, like, there's a lot of darkness here, is because you're creating it. You're creating an environment where you're stewing on something that's not meant to be stewed. Recently, I've really let go of, you know, I don't think I had a full-on type A. Maybe I did. But I feel like this is also acceptance. Like the celestial flames, it's like you feel like other people don't accept you, but there's a whole world of people. Like maybe it's just not your intimate circle, and then maybe it's time to reevaluate. Because look at this fire of intuition. Like look at how bright you become as a result. So if you are stumped, you are frustrated, if you are like really doubting yourself, I think it's because you're bottling it up. And if you're not doing that journaling, again, I'm reading cards intuitively here, this is probably why you think there's darkness around you. 100%. Let's look at the final card here. Ooh, Fire's Embrace. You're listening to me. Thank goodness. Oh, you know, it takes people years to figure that one out. But I feel like in this case, it's like, listen to people, understand that there are some really good people here helping you, supporting you, guiding you, helping you understand what your authentic self looks like. And if people don't like it, that's their problem. That was really quick, those cards. You saw that. Let's see, is there anything else that I can do to help enhance? Because there's also a decision card here. And you know what? Just by seeing that you have 2 major arcana cards, I feel like we have a decision to make. Because this card here is coming like this to me. So if I were to notice just how things are coming through, you have a decision. There's 2 options here for you to choose from. One is the Hermit. The Hermit is introspective. This is where the journaling comes into play. This is where you're bottling up your feelings, your emotions. And I feel like you could choose this path and stick with it. You know, some people like routine. So if you want to do this and you want to actually have that as your mantra, that you are going to be introspective, you're going to allow this doing to happen, that's your choice. I get like a, ugh, like I'm totally getting like a, ugh, that's not meant for me. Like that's not who I am as a person. So if that's you, again, that's you. I welcome you and I accept you for who you are. I'm interested with what the decision is, or what is the deciding factor for you. I'm gonna look at that last. And then temperance. And this is where, there's like a nice little path, intuition, caring, respect, being genuine is how I always look at this card. I also see it as intuitive. So knowing that maybe it is time for you to change, and maybe, and again, I'm not necessarily telling you to change as in, ooh, I got a little bit of a pressure here. Not that I'm telling you need to change, but to be who you are. Not just like, I'm not expecting you to change to what society dictates, but I'm saying like, you have a path and you're holding back on that path. That is for sure what I'm seeing here. Let's look at what's going on here. The Sun. 3 major cards for you? Lucky ducky. So the Sun here, look at this. Warmth, glow, excitement, energy, rebirth, rejuvenation. That is your decision. Is that what you want? And if that's what you want, then the temperance and being who you want. If this is not what you want, then be the Hermit. Again, I know I'm being a little judgy. Again, that's what people do. We judge. But like the Hermit's a card that I don't wish, unless it's like a big decision that needs to be made and really taking time to think about it. But in this case, the Sun, it's like there's warmth, there's energy, there's a side of you that's totally available. It's just a matter of you making the choice. So that's how I would read here the Flame Phoenix Oracle card. That's what they look like for today. So if you liked the reading, like, subscribe. If you didn't like, then I totally understand why. But in the same breath too, I hope you take it upon yourself to maybe share it with your friends. And I would appreciate that. Let's go on now to the next deck. Let me just quickly reset these tarot cards. These are my amplifier cards. 1, 2, I do this 6 times. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're gonna do the Xmas Elf cards. That's gonna be the next set that we're gonna be utilizing here. So can I get 5 cards for a general reading, please? Oh, I felt like Santa just said. just this ho 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 came out, but then it was also Santa showing up too. I guess it's just intuitive by nature. Can I get 4 more cards, please? 4 more cards. Oh, there's another one. That's a decision. Decision. Can I get 2 more cards, please? Wow. 2 more cards. There we go. 1 more card. I just need 1 more card. Oh, what's going on that we're not wanting to hear? There we go. Oh, 1 more. Oh, you got a 6 card today. I guess it's a little bit of a gift. That's why we call it the present. Oh, there's 3 more cards. Well, la-ti-da. All right, so let's do that reading here. I'll see if I can get them all in there for you. Yes, I did. So the first cup that made me say ho, 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 10 of Cups. General reading always too, and I like just to remind you that when I do the general readings, I'm not reading them for what the card means, but how I'm intuitively reading them. So the 10 of Cups, happiness. This is if you are thinking romance, if you're thinking holiday season, it is going to be great. So for those of you that chose the Xmas Elf, it is very much like happiness, energy, cup full, being around family, friends, loved ones, you name it, you're getting it, because this is like the end of a journey and having the success and celebration component to it. The Ace of Swords, though, came up as a decision card. So it's like, how I read this right away is that you want a new lesson or like a new tradition to come through. That's how I'm hearing this coming up. So there is something coming through as a, you know what, I've been stewing on this. I've been working really hard, and I want to have a little bit of a different holiday season. And I feel like for you, it's like maybe bringing different people to the table. For my American friends that are listening too, I know it's like post Thanksgiving for you all, so happy belated. But I feel like what's going here is that there's been a little bit of a shift to your happiness in a good way, and now you're like, I want to see how that's going to turn out. This is the unknown card. Ooh, got a full-on headache there. 8 of Pentacles, absolutely. You are building a new future for yourself. So if you are in a relationship, which is where my mind is going, you are like, do I bring this person? Do I not bring this person? Do I bring this person? Do I not bring this person? The answer is yes, you bring this person. That is absolutely what I'm hearing right away. But I'm also seeing too that you're like, there's a bit of work that's involved. I feel like maybe your family's too much and you're wondering, will they be able to handle it? Well, they want to be with you. So yes, they will work themselves through. If this is also holiday scheming, one of the reactions I got here is that you don't need to spend a lot of money to show people you care. And I'm noticing that as a part of this conversation as well, because sometimes the best gifts are the ones that are really thought about, not the ones that are, a high ticketed item. And I remember one of my cousins was talking, we were in the car, and she's like, well, I spent this much amount of money on this person. And I'm like, but that's not what they're going to be looking at is the ticket. They're going to be looking at the thought that came with it. So maybe that is something there that you need to just remind yourself, is that it's the thought, not the ticket. And then, that's just how my mind came to me. I'm kind of chuckling because I'm sure she's going to watch it. She's like, but, I'm like, no, stop. Did you hear me? Justice is the next card. So just because we're spending money on the person doesn't mean that they're going to see it as that. They're going to see the genuine interest. You know, for me, I usually do gifts of thought. So sometimes it's like I find something and I'm thinking of you, so therefore it's what is there. My cousin who's actually watching right now, I got her gift on the weekend and I don't think she realized that she's probably already seen it. And she's probably looking, she's not even looking around now, which is quite funny. She's actually right here and she's not looking, but it's actually quite more visible than I think she would realize. But anyways, the Justice card, it's like, what is it that people want and how, you know, knowing who they are. Like, not everybody wants the high ticketed item. Some people just want your presence. Your presence is the gift. That's why it's a gift. The last three cards here, King of Wands. So a new introspect of what's going on in the holiday season, but Ace of Pentacles, new stability. So if you are in a relationship and you're looking at a relationship or into a relationship, it's definitely the right time for you. But there's a little bit of pushback. And I'm getting that pushback now a couple of times where, you know, if it's this person that's coming with you, I think there's a little bit of an internal struggle. Like, look at the elf here. There's a little bit of a dark side there. And it's like, I don't know if you're ready. Like, as in, like, you're asking this person, like, are you ready to, like, spend holidays with me? Don't ask them. Ask them. Don't ask yourself. You are internalizing something more so than what needs to be happening. And I feel like that's the most grief that we typically put on ourselves, is that we typically just need to allow the process to happen. And I am just as guilty, 100%. 100%. She's left. So I wonder if she's actually looking. Oh, let's just see, is there anything else? Yeah, there's a couple more things here. Let's taking, yeah, 1 second. All right, let's see what's going on here. So the first card came up as Emperor. So you have the ability to make decisions. So this is how I see this card automatically for you. You have the ability and opportunity to make the decisions. And the decision could be to ask somebody to do this. Like, hey, I want you to come, are you willing? So you have the right to make these decisions, and these decisions are gonna work for you. The next one came up with stability. Cup, like Six of Cups, I read this intuitively. This is like family, happiness, general, like love, excitement, just good vibes. And then there's two more cards here. So the Nine of Wands, this did not come up. The Seven of Wands came up. So this here is that you feel trapped. I feel like the trapment is not asking the question. Wait, not asking the question, that's not it. It's not asking the right question. And that's where your moment of clarity is gonna come into play, is asking the right questions. Because if they don't wanna be around you in the holiday season, well, when do they wanna be around you? Again, this is where I'm treating this card. And then look at this, Queen of Swords, end all be all. You have the King of Wands, so a new way of perspective. Queen of Swords, knowledge, strength, dignity, unity. Very good reading here. A little bit of the Seven of Wands gave me a little bit of skepticism, and I'm sure it did for you as well. It's like, you know, not asking the question is the wrong thing to do in this case, but again, that is our choice. That, if you like what you heard there, please like, subscribe for the Flames of the Phoenix Tarot. Let me just do a final reset. So thank you for those of you that chose the Tarot Wonderland. So I'm just going to reset the cards here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Saving the best for last. Is that what I'm hearing? I'm totally hearing that right now. It's like, it's my turn. All right, let's see what's going on for Wonderland here. I have shuffled the cards 6 times. So can I get 5 cards, please? Let's see what's going on here for my people that chose the Wonderland Tarot card. 1, 2, I need 3 more cards, please. That did not do. 3 more cards. There we go. Ooh, a decision we have to make. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. Look at that. That was a 4th card. Sneaky little devil. Let's see. Oh, I wonder if it's the devil card. Let's see. One more card, please. One more card, please. Oh, look at that. Oh, you got a little bit of a decision tree going on. Oh, you got a few decisions. Look at you. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So first off is temperance. So it's time for reflection, time for spending time on you, understanding what's values for yourself. I see Alice there with like the 2 cakes there. It's like, I wonder if this is pie for some of you, but I feel like it's time for you to kind of think and just decide, know what you're grateful for. That's what I'm hearing as well. Ooh, the Magician, I was right. So for those of you that don't know, typically, yes, the Magician card means that, you know, new opportunities, new growth, new development. But I usually see this as like, this is me reading, like the Magician, I'm the Magician. Hey, how's it going? But this is how I'm seeing that, you know, it's time for introspection. 100% is what's going on here. The 4 of Pentacles. Who's at your table? That's how I'm reading this. Who is in your life? Are you checking and doing like I know I joke about this, but it's like, do you have an application form? Like, are you bringing in the right people? And are you allowing the right people in your life? Decision card that came up. 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is coming up with all the decks today. So decision making, understanding that the bar can be removed. Again, I read these generally, so this means to me that it could mean something else if you read the actual what does it mean. But it's like, in this case, it's like you feel entrapped, but you're entrapped because you've chosen to be entrapped in the first place. So how are you removing yourself, and how are you actually turning around and being like, I don't need to be trapped anymore? So this is a decision for yourself, is how do I untrap myself? What am I doing? Again, if you're doing a lot of introspection, a lot of like who's in my life and what I need to be, it's like, it's time for you to make a decision. Now, these cards kind of flew out. So these first 2 flew out. So the Knight of Pentacles, so thoughts, counterbalancing as well as what I'm hearing because of the 8 of Cups. I feel like you're like, these people are so good for me because they're so kind and generous, but in the same, they're toxic. Or I feel like when I'm around them, I'm not my authentic self. That's how I'm hearing these 2 cards come together. Oh, what do we got here? The 4 of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 2 of Cups. So this is like, I don't want my relationships to change. Like the Queen of Pentacles, stability, like I'm getting like this whole, like, I like what's going on. But then look at here, like I love the symbolism here, the 4 of Wands. Look at that house made of cards. One little false move and things are gonna happen. And this is where I think you're trying to keep everything happy and stable with being the 2 of Cups. But sometimes, ooh, that's weird. So I don't know if you noticed, I just noticed this myself. The 9 of Wands, pardon me, it was a decision card, and I usually leave the cards face up after I read them. And this card I left face down. So I feel like you don't know what you need to know at this point. The 9 of Wands. That's interesting. Now that I'm thinking of it, I did say 9 of Wands. Yeah, this is definitely like a path, a decision that you need to make. And it's just, that's so weird that that's not, well, apparently it is common because I had it happen earlier with one of the other decks. But this is interesting. Like I'm really resonating with this. It's that there's somebody in your life that is not meant to move forward. And you know, I completely accept that the holiday season is like the worst season to end any relationship. But then if you're not happy or they're not filling your cup, I think it's time to let that go. And then just going back to like this little hot set of 3 here, I feel like with the 9 of Wands, I will purposely flip it back now. That's weird, I flipped it down again. 9 of Wands. I feel like you want things to work out, but you also know too, it's time to move on. Like you're cautiously, skeptically hopeful, but it's not working. Here's the last set of 3. Oh, another set of 3. That's the Sun card, happiness, energy, fulfillment. The Moon card. So the Sun and Moon are working with you here with the 2 of Pentacles. You're gonna make a decision. You're gonna make a decision, and you know what? I'm just going to show the 3 here. So what I like about these 3 cards, I always like the illustrations here. So with the Sun card, look at that. The people that you want to be around are going to be around you. This card here, the Moon, is that sometimes the darkness does happen before the moon. And it's interesting that I was like, oh my goodness, is this the Death card? Remember how I was spitting them out? I'm like, oh, the Death card. But death means like spiritual awakening. Like it's like a resetting for yourself. And I feel like that's why the moon is showing up, is that with the sun and the moon, it's like the duality is here for you. And that's why I also think the Two of Pentacles is showing up, because this is duality as well. So this is like stability and comfort. And you've got that as well as the Two of Cups that showed up as well for today. So I feel like when I'm reading this, and I feel like you have the choice, you know what you need to do, and it's going to provide good purpose for yourself. Let me just do a quick amplification. So if you are liking what you're hearing, please like, subscribe, share, appreciate it, comment. I love the comments. They're so much fun to listen to and read. I do respond to them. Let's see, is there anything else here for those of you that shows the tarot reading, general reading? Oh, there we go. Oh, the Tower as a decision. Last quote. Whew, okay. Let me go through these cards with you. Okay. Feisty. Okay, so this came out, it's kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4. So the Tower came up, face up, as a decision. So this is analysis paralysis. This is like no good can come from what's going on right now. So I feel like there's more toxicity than I'm actually believing right now, that I originally believed, pardon me. 3 of Cups, the right people need to be around you. Temperance, this is why I love doing dual decks, because look at the whole story started with another story. You know what you need to do. You've just not, I want to say pull the trigger, but I know that's not culturally appropriate. But it's like it's time for you to like make the decision, 100%. Let's look over here. 2 of Swords, you've been battling this decision for a long time. I freaking love it. The moon came up twice. So sometimes our decisions, we just have to make them, because again, it'll shed light on darker subjects for you. 10 of Pentacles, happiness, reward as a result. Knight of Pentacles, good messaging coming through as a result. Whew, all right. These are, okay, it's like, you gotta make the decision. I can't make it for you. Look at this, 4 of Wands, 4 of Wands. Look at, it's telling us that this decision is something you've needed to do. Look at, I talked about how that House of Cards is going to, fall if you don't make the right decision. And look at that too. It's like, we gotta make a decision. Gotta make a decision. I am sorry, not sorry. 5 of Wands, it's been plaguing you for a while. The Knight of Wands, it does make things better for you. But look at that, the Knight of Cups, you've got 3 of the Knights. So this is good messaging. This is good progress. This is moving forward. Moving forward. That's what we like to see here. There's a decision though to end the story. The Queen of Wands. What journey do you decide to take? It's a general reading. It doesn't resonate with everybody. I totally get it. But this is telling me that it's like, okay, what am I going to take from this? What am I going to do with it? How am I going to move forward with it? It's totally up to you. But again, for those of you that chose this, the Queen of Pentacles just did show up earlier, and the Queen of Wands showed up as well. So I feel like this analysis paralysis is coming through for you, and that it's time for you to make some decisions. If you're not making decisions, that might be your decision. With that, I am Flames of the Phoenix Tarot reading. I'm Drew. I wish you all a fantastic day. If you like what you heard, like, subscribe, share, do what you can. And I wish you that the flames of energy inspire you over this holiday season. Bye-bye for now.